What's up, guys?
Hello.
What's that? It's Friday, September 1st. The second video we're making for today. Um, this one is gonna be talking about um three things off top, which is um our very low calorie diet that we started um with the phentermine. I'll be giving my phentermine update. And then my upcoming appointments as well, and whatever else we figure out in the meantime. So, um, I started taking my phentermine on. How you see your calendar?
That's not right.
Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Click on apps. Slide over to the left. Wonderful. And that's on the second one.
She doesn't have an iPhone, so I don't comprehend Android, but you know. So anyway, what is this December? Okay, so I started taking my phentermine on Saturday, October 12th. I mean, nope, sorry, August 12th, and today is well, now it just turned to September 2nd, which is a Saturday. So as of today, it's been 3 weeks exactly since I started my phentermine. And so with the phentermine, like we mentioned before, you're supposed to pair it with a very low calorie diet, high protein, low to no carbs, to help aid in the weight loss. So we wasn't doing that at first. We started doing it probably like a week or so after we started taking the medicine or whatever. Um, so this is doing the very low calorie diet is very important because for me, well, for both of us, we have to get our BMI down because our surgeon told us the closer to 50 we are, the better our chances to have surgery, to have bypass. And even still, it's like no guarantee. But we've been watching 600 Pound Life lately, and while there's like a lot of people on there who um, had got sleeved, a lot of people more than we expected got gastric bypass, and they're not to be funny or anything, but they're way larger than us. So it kind of like frustrates me when he said like there was still a chance to not get bypassed. But I'm thinking in my head like, well, someone that's like twice or more my size is getting bypassed. Like, how can I? Whatever. But anyway, that's a whole yeah. But yeah, so I think currently mine is 50s. I don't even know. But yeah, so he said mid 50s is like the high risk zone for that. So under that is best. Oh, here, my current BMI is 56. And I think it's lower now since I took some notes, so that's why I'm looking down. But anyway, and so my current weight is 383 and I need to get down to 348. So that would put me at 49 point something with my BMI, and that's 35 pounds between now and surgery, which is about 6 weeks away. Um, let's see. So yeah, as of August 27th, started the very low calorie diet, which pretty much consisted for both of us of the Premier Protein for breakfast and lunch. Well, I do Premier Protein. I like the chocolate and the caramel, and that for breakfast and lunch will give me 60 grams of protein. Neat does muscle milk.
Yeah, it's called Cytotech.
Yeah,
So Muscle Milk makes it, but it's a different brand.
and
But
she
it's 27 grams of protein per scoop. So I've been doing a scoop for breakfast, and then I've been doing 3 servings of it a day. It's hard to kind of break it up because sometimes I'll drink more during the beginning of the day and then eat later, and or sometimes I just sip all day and just do all the protein and have my meal at some point. But I do 3 servings of that, so that gives me 90. No, what does that give
You
me?
add the you also she also adds the PB2 in there as well to help Bruce bump up the protein level. Excuse me.
So it turns out to being like 96 grams of protein or something like that.
Yeah, for 3 servings.
Yeah. It's late.
Yeah, it is. It's 12 in the morning, so excuse us. I can do it. She actually got that as sorry. She actually got it on sale at Costco. It's like a big, huge bag, and it was what?
It was $30. It's originally 40, which is still a good. It's a good deal regardless because it comes in a 6-pound bag, which is 77 servings, which turns out to be over a month.
Mm-hmm.
A month worth. So I would think it's good. A lot of those proteins out there are way more than $30-$40. So I think it's worth it, and I can deal with the taste.
I can't.
Well, not alone. I just figured that out. It always has to have something in it. It's not good by itself.
What did you say it tastes like?
Not sure.
It was something because I make her shakes for lunch and for work period, and she had wrote. You call me, you text me, or did you tell me in the car?
I just kind of wrote them like, hey, is there something different about the shakes today? Because I drank one in the morning, which was one from the day before because I didn't drink all of it. So the one, I drank that one in the morning, but that one still had the PB2 in it, so it tastes fine. But for lunch, I went and got my protein and was, gonna drink it, and something was off. It was a lighter taste, and there was also some weird funky taste to it. I'm like, something's not right about the protein today. And I forgot that we ran out of the PB2. It's not to be drinking by itself. I can't. That threw my whole day off. I ended up eating pizza later because I'm not at a point right now where things can go awry and I can still stay on track, which I feel I'm fine admitting that right now. Like things have to be strategic right now. If I don't set up everything the way it's supposed to go, like everything I'm supposed to eat that day, and have it ready to go for when I'm hungry and when I'm ready to eat it, it won't happen. And there's so many tempting things around, and it sounds like an excuse, but I'm new to this right now. Like it's a change in everything that I know. So the minute that things are not set up the way I need them to be in the right way, then I go right back to what I'm used to.
Yeah, that was actually my next thing. We can dive into that a little bit more as far as like these cravings and stuff. So, yeah. So we've started the diet. It's been almost a week since we started, and we already had like a couple slip ups. It is like really, really, really hard to do this because you pretty much drinking liquids all day, and then you have like finally have some texture at dinner with like a piece of meat and some vegetables, whatever. So it's like really, really hard, and not making excuses or anything, but like going from like eating like 10,000 plus calories a day to like 1,200 and even under that, because some days we don't even like eat everything like we're supposed to. We don't drink all our protein, so we're not even getting like the full calorie amount. It's like some days is better than others. So like I think we both can relate to, like some days we will like do the whole like 3 servings of the protein throughout the day and have my meal and be fine. Or like today, for example, I only drank one protein shake, and it took me all day to get down that one bottle of Premier Protein, and I drank like 2 sips of water, and I was full. Like I was fine. Like the Fermine is working, and then but what happens with those days is like The daytime be fine, but then as soon as nightfall comes, you start getting the cravings, and then you just, well, kind of need to put something in my mouth. And then like last night, we had taco salad, and like I overate the phentermine because I knew I was full, like halfway, less than halfway through it, and I made myself eat the rest of it, and that's the purpose of the phentermine, is to stop you from eating as much, and I like overate the phentermine, and it can happen. So it's pretty much defeating the purpose of the medication. Um, and it was just simply because like it was good, I wanted it, and it was something different than what we usually were having. Um, so it's like really, really hard. And then like I think the most thing that I miss most is like the texture in my mouth, because you just down in liquids, and then you want to crunch on something or just chew something, make it mushy yourself, like like you just miss those things, and it's just like starting to. It's similar to the diet we would have pre-op and post-op, before surgery and after surgery, but to be starting like we started like a month or two ahead of time, for me at least, and then Neeks is even longer because her surgery in December, and excuse me, is like really, really frustrating, but like worth it, because like when Neek had her appointment, I got on the scale, and after a couple of days, I had weighed myself last week at her pre-op assessment, and I was 391 or something like that, 392, no, 393. One of those, and then when I got weighed myself this week, I was down to 383. So I had it was 393. So I lost 10 pounds in a couple of days span, and that's when we were really like hitting it hard, working out, eating, and drinking the liquids and stuff. So within a couple of days, I seen like it actually works when you stick to the diet and you drink like you're supposed to. Get your water in. Water is very important, and don't overeat or do nothing you're not supposed to. But the cravings, they talk to you day and night. More so night for me. But I'll let you talk a little bit more about her cravings.
I would say that what's kind of thrown us off this week was, okay, so we've been doing kind of meal prep because I work a lot. So it's not expected of me, like I don't expect this of myself, to get off work and still have to decide dinner, go buy dinner, cook dinner, clean up after dinner. Like I can't physically do all that. I'm one person. I can't do that. And I work a pretty demanding job, so I'm exhausted, mentally exhausted and physically exhausted at the end of a work day. I can't pull all of that into the little time I do have before I go to bed into figuring out what's for dinner and all that stuff. Like I can't do that. Not at this point in my life right now. I don't know how people do that. Personally, I don't. I'm not able to do that right now. So, needless to say, we meal prep on Sundays. I make enough of one meal, since we're only having one meal a day. I make enough of that meal for us to have a serving for 7 days, both of us. So it turns out to I cook for a couple hours on Sunday afternoon, and we have a bunch of those like plastic containers, and I put it in containers and portion it out, and when you're hungry at dinner time, you get a container, you warm it up, and you eat it. It's the best thing that I've done for me to come home and just be able to relax and unwind and be able to have dinner, a healthy dinner, and not have to struggle and stress about what's for dinner every single day. It's the most exhausting and the most irritating thing about my day. It just is. So that
largely because of me. I'm very indecisive.
That really, really did take a huge stress off of me, and I don't mind dedicating my Sunday towards cleaning and cooking dinner for the week. Like, that's perfectly fine with me because I know that it'll make my week so much easier. So we started doing that, and it's been going pretty good for a couple weeks now. But this week we made buffalo chicken meatballs. Like, the problem with Pinterest is everything looks good, but then you make it and then you have to deal with the disappointment of, this really wasn't as good as it looked, and it's not that good. But what's been the problem recently is everything is not agreeing with our stomachs, and a buffalo meal was not something that we should have made. for the first night or so, it was okay, but then it started to seem like our stomachs were more upset. Like in the morning time when I was getting up, like it was taking me longer and longer to get ready because I kept having to go to the bathroom, and our stomachs were hurting. Like it was just too much discomfort. So midway through the week, we stopped eating that meal. Like the meatballs are still in the fridge now, so they're gonna get thrown away because it came to a point where it was just like I felt bad. Like I was gonna take them to work and give them to my coworkers, but then I'm like, well, should I even subject someone else to this? Like, and like it really like it was really a lot of discomfort is what we're gonna leave that at.
Yeah.
So we stopped eating the meal and that's the only physical meal that we were having that day was the meal that I prepped this week, and we didn't, and it was not one of us, it was both of us. It was a mutual decision, and we were not going to eat that anymore. So I think Wednesday we ended up having pizza for dinner, and yesterday we made those tacos, which, I mean, it's not the most unhealthy thing in the world, but I wouldn't consider it the healthiest thing.
Right.
Like there's still cheese and sour cream and stuff like that, and all those things aren't that good for you, so I wouldn't consider that the best meal we could have had either. And then tonight we had fries on the way home.
It's me.
So it's like when the meal is not there, discipline goes out the window. Like that's what I was saying before. Like everything, if it's not strategically planned, it kind of just turns into chaos for us. And I don't know, we probably just have to do a better screening process as far as these meals. And what it's really looking like is we just eat bland meals.
Yeah.
Like when we were eating ground turkey and vegetables, I was game for it. I was pretty good. Like it came to a point like when it was time for me to eat my meal at the end of the day, I wanted it. Like I really wanted to eat that. Like it wasn't like, this again. I really felt ready to eat it. I put hot sauce in that too, so I don't know why this meal was so hard for us.
Yeah, and I eat a lot of spicy food, a lot, and so it was really, really weird that I couldn't handle that because like that's not the hottest thing that I ever had before. So it was just like what, and it wasn't even really. We both got GERD, and it wasn't even our GERD though. Really acted up. It was our damn. Our stomachs that were like really.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It was not taking it.
Yep. So moving forward from that, like there won't be much, because I think even the week before that we made like a tomato based meal or something. I think I did cauliflower rice and like tomato sauce or something.
Oh yeah.
And even that started to give us like a little heartburn, and we got a little tired of it. I think I ended up pushing through the week with that meal, but I lost Herman a little bit. So it kind of defeats the purpose if we're not eating the meals, because once one of us falls off, it's kind of really, really hard to maintain the order.
And it's usually
because my brain is weak, but my brain's a little bit stronger than his brain. We know that. It's not a bash or anything. We know that. But I have my weak moments too. And it's kind of like if I say something like, hey, I sure could use some fries. He's already been thinking about fries today. So if I say that, we're going to get fries because it's like a green light. So, I don't know. We as a unit have to make this work. So, screen better meals. If the meals have to be the same meals for a while until we figure out something different, then it's just going to have to be that. And I don't know, it kind of gets to a place where it's not about really what you want to eat, but what you need to be eating.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Eating to live, not live to eat.
Yeah, and that's what it really just turns into. If you're at least fueling your body and you're not hungry, then good for you. But
I think I've been kind of nervous too, though, because like for today, all I had was a protein shake and then a little bit of water. It kind of bothers me. I'm like, okay, I'm not even meeting all my calories. You can't starve yourself either and think you're gonna lose weight. That's not healthy either. So it's like, I don't know. I think I just gotta find the balance. Wake up earlier, actually get in my nutrition, make sure that I'm getting my protein down within like an hour or so, because the shake is about this small. So utilize that hour to get the shake down, work out, and then that way eat afternoon, have another shake, get that down an hour or two, and then that way by dinner, a few hours later, you can be a little bit hungry and actually be ready for your prepared meal along with your protein shake, and be fine, because I think that's what it is. I think because I oversleep sometime, and when I notice that when I wake up a little bit later, it all sets my meals throughout the day. So I gotta fix that, where I'm getting up when I'm dropping off at work, and I'll just begin my day by which I have some of these days of the week. Like I go work out, drink my protein shake, then in the afternoon drink my protein shake. Then she come home, we have dinner and stuff, work out together, and it's fine. So it's just consistency with it. I've seen how to do it, and I've seen it what not to do. So if I follow what I'm supposed to do every day, then it'd be effective, because it works. I think my biggest thing is like snacks, and like you're not really even supposed to snack with a very low calorie diet. And when you do snack, those rare occasions, it's supposed to be something healthy. So Nick been getting her skinny pop, but Nick only get like a serving of skinny pop, and then who eats the rest of the entire bag that night? So it's just like, if it's around, I'm gonna eat it, and if it's not around, I'm gonna still try to go get it. And so it's just like the mental, like it's really, really mental, and it's like you gotta get strong there, because post-op it's only gonna get worse, because you can't do that stuff. You're gonna end up all depending on your success with your weight loss, and then like your stomach can't handle certain stuff like that. So it's just like, that's why starting the diet now was very important, because like we're preparing ourselves for that, because it's pretty much the same diet. Like it's protein all day, and then a meal for dinner or whatever. So it's like, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's definitely not the easiest thing in the world, and it's all in here, and it takes a lot of willpower and strength and endurance to get through it. But we did it, and so we can do it once, we can do it more than once. It's just really, really hard. But though, with those few slip-ups we done had, at least me and you a couple times, it wasn't even worth it. Like we had one time we had got these burritos from this place called Menace, and full of steak, chicken, cheese, and all the potatoes, and it tasted like nothing. Like it was just,
it was the worst.
like,
and this place, like, we get food from there. It's not like the first time we've ever gone there, but we changed what we got. This is like the biggest burrito or whatever they sell there. So we're like, okay, we're gonna have this burrito. It's gonna be good. So we get the burritos, and it was like a $9 burrito. Like it wasn't like it was cheap, and it was full of stuff. So we bite into it. My first bite was, it was one of the grossest things I've ever had. Can you just imagine just eating just mounds of food that tastes like nothing?
Water.
And it had peppers in it, and the peppers were like crunchy. It was awful. Like we ended up eating some of it and throwing the rest away. And I don't throw away food. Like, do we look like we waste food? Like, that's why I felt so bad about the meatballs. Like we wasted the meatballs, but needless to say, we threw the burritos away. They were disgusting. We had that. I had a cheat meal after my weigh-in, after I found out that I lost the 13 pounds. I went and got some fried fish and like fries and stuff, just like, wanted some fried food. That wasn't good. Like, it was okay. I'm not going to say it was gross or anything, but it wasn't. I think mostly what we're trying to satisfy is like a brain thing. Like, it's not our stomachs that really want it. It's like our brains. And it hasn't been happening. Like, the fries tonight were good.
It wasn't to me, though.
I don't know if at this point now the guilt is starting to take over, and that is what's making things not taste as good as they were. I don't know how that process really works, but things haven't been the same, and it's good and bad, because you kind of eat it and then you already have the guilt from eating it, and then you have I don't know what to call it, but I don't know, you kind of feel stupid because like you ate that, you didn't really need to eat that, you know you didn't, and then it didn't even satisfy you. It's kind of like making a stupid decision, and you know it's stupid, and then
you prove yourself that it was
yeah,
stupid.
so you just feel
stupid.
It's the strange things that are happening.
Yeah,
it really is, and it's like we're taking medication to lose weight, and if we don't eat right, it won't work. It's still not a magic pill. It's not something that's just gonna make fat melt off. If you don't follow the diet and drink water, you still won't lose weight. Like the scale has stopped moving for me completely because I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to do. And even on days when I'm taking the medication and still not eating, not just saying I'm just picking out on things, but if you're not drinking water and if you're in the protein in either, your body goes into starvation mode and it just holds on to everything that you have, so you still don't lose weight. It can turn into a lose-lose for you. You either eat everything in sight and gain weight, or you don't lose anything and you stay stagnant because you're not even getting any kind of nutrition in. So it's pretty much like a straight and narrow thing. Follow the diet, take the pill, lose weight. Anything that deviates outside of that straight line for you, it won't work for you.
Because vitamin is a metabolism booster. So when you are constantly feeding your body the fluids, the water and the protein, it's keeping your metabolism going. And then incorporating the exercise in there as well. That's why you're supposed to take the pill in the morning, and then you eat 30 minutes later, and then I know I go work out after. So then once I come back from working out, I have this big burst of energy. And Nick, she don't even go work out in the mornings because of work, and she still have energy. So it's just like it gives you the energy to push through. So that's why you got to keep feeding it. You got to keep giving it water. You got to keep giving it the protein because it'll keep it going, and it's because it keeps your metabolism going. I had to get on Nick earlier this week because she was going to work and she wasn't getting no protein and barely drinking any water because she's very busy at work, so she can't really eat. And she came home and didn't even eat anything for. Did you eat anything for the show today?
I think it was a day. I had 2 days this week where I came home with headaches, and the problem was I wasn't like I would take the medication and then leave and go to work, and I wasn't even getting the first dose of my first serving of protein
or water.
So then I work 8 hours, and I work with patients, so I cannot eat or drink in the scan rooms with it's an infection thing. I work in the hospital. There's designated areas where you can eat, and if I'm with patients all day, I don't have time to leave out, and you can't leave patients alone, and all those things. But needless to say, I'm busy. I work 8 hours, and sometimes we're not even guaranteed breaks. Like, if you work your 8 hours and you don't get a break, you don't get a break. It just is what it is. It's not guaranteed in the field that I work in. So, needless to say, I was going all day. I'll take the medication, and I haven't drank a glass of water. I haven't had an ounce of protein. So, it'll give you headaches. So, I'm going home with headaches, and I haven't had anything. It's pointless for me to be taking medication that's not going to work because I'm not doing the right thing. So, now I'm taking the medication and making sure that I'm drinking at least my first serving of protein. And my better days are on days when I know that I've drunk enough water at least. I have yet to get to, I'm trying with just bottled waters. And my goal is to get 8 of those a day. I have yet to do that. It is so hard to drink all that liquid.
Yes.
Especially, and now since we're doing the protein too, because it's almost like you got to simultaneously do it.
Yep.
It's like you got to drink water every time you think about something. You won't have a chance to drink juice or anything like that. Like pop drinkers out there or people that drink juice.
Used to be.
If you drink water the way you're supposed to, the 8 glasses of water or whatever they recommend out there, or that calculation to calculate the ounces of water you're supposed to drink. If you do that, and if you're meeting that, you have no opportunity to ever pick up anything else besides water. It's a lot of water. And I'm an avid water drinker, but I've never drunk this much water in life before. Never.
And you know the difference between when you drink it, because I also have hypertension, so I take a diuretic pill anyway. And so increasing my water intake and then being on that medication, the output of urine is ridiculous. Like,
you'll think that something's wrong with you, like you're having like a hypertensive emergency or something. Like, you'll think that something's really wrong with you, or something's wrong with your kidneys or something, but it's not. Like, it makes sense. You're drinking more, you're putting out more, and it's also like a component of that medication anyways, with that whole ketosis thing, but we talked about that before.
Right.
But yeah, those are my best days, when I drink the protein right, when I drink it in the morning before I go to work, with a bottle of water. So I usually do those simultaneously. And when you do that like that, and you drink your protein and you drink your water, by the time you're done with both, you feel like you've eaten a meal.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing with just the drinking is you get a little bit hungrier faster. Like, it'll be just kind of onset, like, oh, I should probably eat. So then it's time for protein again. That usually happens for me within the next like 4 hours maybe, where I start to feel like I should probably eat something. That's why I say things have to be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm appreciative of my protein shakes always being ready, because I'm not going to be able to do that in the morning. And those protein shakes are gross if you don't have them cold. So make them at night. So they're made at night. So when I get up in the morning, I take the pill and then go get in the shower. And then once I'm like getting dressed, like out of the shower and starting to get dressed and everything, I'm sipping my protein, because by that time the 30 minutes has gone past. So it kind of works strategically. Mm-hmm. So you plan. It kind of helps me to stay on a schedule. Mm-hmm. I get up an hour and a half before I have to be to work. So get in the shower, brush your teeth, all that kind of stuff, and getting dressed. By the time that time is flown past, so you drink it. I used to eat yogurt as my breakfast, but now that we're doing the protein thing, now it's just a protein shake, which is it's not bad. Following it when we're doing the right thing it's not really that hard. Like, we're not starving.
No,
we're not. But the brain is a powerful thing. It really is. Mm-hmm. And I used to not understand when people say that, like, it's an addiction, or it's like just like any other addiction. But now I fully see it, now that I've been overweight into my adult years, and seeing people that actually have addictions, and then kind of piecing it together with the things that you experience with food. Like, food will drive you to drive an hour and a half to go get your favorite restaurant, or taking you to grocery stores at 3 a.m. getting random things. Like, I don't think that people without food addictions do things like that. Like, just realizing that some of your behaviors are not normal. Like, some of the things we do, like, we are road trippers for food. And I'm not saying people don't do that once or twice in their life, but we've done that on multiple occasions. Like, I don't think you're supposed to drive 2 hours for food. And it's something that we do. I don't think you're supposed to spend as much money on food that we spend on food, or that we used to. It's certain things that you realize it is an addiction, and you shouldn't be that dependent on food. It can change your whole mood. Like, it's not really that worth it. And I'm enjoying having a little bit of extra money, not making extravagant meals every single day.
It definitely helps save money.
Yeah, because the price of food is expensive in general, and you can spend $40 on a meal. And then you take that with the combination of overeating, because we fill our plates with food and we go back for seconds. It doesn't last that long, so then you got to probably cook again tomorrow, and that's going to cost you another $30. Or every meal costs at least $20. So then you're making that again. You're cooking every other day, and you spend $100 in the week. Like, money's not that, doesn't come that easy. But we're looking forward to the changes, and it's mostly just trial and error at this point, which is good because we need to have some sort of direction by the time that we have had surgery, so that we know what we're doing.
That's right. So we're gonna just keep trying to stay strong, and what really helps me when I especially work out in the morning, I listen to like very uplifting music when I'm working out. Just getting into a good positive space with your mind mentally. Really, I know it's different from when I do that first thing in the morning. That's my successful days because I'm thinking about my workout from that morning and the motive and the word I'm hearing through these songs, and then carrying it with me throughout the day. From when I don't do it, those are the days where I'm making bad decisions. So, yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna get this done because I have my pre-op appointment is in 3 weeks on the 22nd. So I really want to be down at least 20 more pounds before then. So I'm really gonna stick back to this diet. But my birthday is in 3 days, September 5th, and endless shrimp starts that day, and we like seafood, so hey,
We're going.
but it's not the worst decision. It's a good decision. It could have been worse, a lot worse, but it's okay. It's one day. But after that, we're back on track. Promise. So getting down 20 pounds before my appointment. And like I said, I have 35 pounds total to lose before surgery, which is in 6 weeks. So, but as far as for me being 3 weeks out, I was having headaches at first. I haven't really been having them lately. But I wasn't taking any. I didn't want to take any. I had brought some ibuprofen, but I didn't really want to take it. I wanted to just let my body naturally figure it out. And I'm guessing between getting the fluids in, it's been like helping because I haven't really been having no headaches anymore with the Phenamine. And also, it kind of brought my insomnia back. I'm not sure if it's because I'm like my sleep schedule is like I'm sleeping during the day and the night or what, but I just feel like it's really hard for me to sleep at night now again, and so yeah, and that's the side effect of that too is insomnia. So yeah, but other than that, that's the only thing that I'm encountering with that medicine. But I don't know, you gotta take the good with the bad. It's okay. It's not unbearable. The results is more worth it. But my appointment's on the 22nd, and then my surgery's on the 18th. So yeah, I will check back in when I have my pre-op appointment in a couple weeks and go from there. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it.
And pray for us. We're gonna get through this. I really want to see those 20 pounds come down in the next 3 weeks. So I'm really gonna stick to it. And yeah, liquids. Until next time, guys. I think that was. Let me make sure. Yep. That is all.